So, Missy, now that it's the end of October, we finally have some full-fledged Oscar movies to talk about that are coming out this week. There's Changeling, I've Loved You So Long, Synecdoche, New York, and also Pride and Glory. I actually got to interview Edward Norton and Noah Emmerich from that movie in Toronto, so we'll run a little bit of that interview in a bit. But first, let's talk about Changeling. You and I saw that in Cannes in the spring, and I feel like the reception was pretty positive on that movie.
It's not my son.
What? What are you saying?
People love Clint Eastwood, who of course directed it. It's Angelina's return to sort of serious acting. But for a Clint Eastwood movie, the reviews weren't rapturous, but I think they were pretty solid.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have some people who think it's Clint Eastwood's best movie in years, better than $1 Million Baby, better than Mystic River. You have other people who think it's a little bit overdone. I mean, I will say Angelina is very good in the film.
Good night, Mommy. God save it!
My only criticism of the performance is more of a criticism of the role. It's a little bit one note where she's always saying, I want my son, give me back my son. But I also have to remember there's a lot of parents in the Academy who that's really going to speak to them.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to kind of play off her image. She's gone from, wild woman who wears blood in a vial with Billy Bob to this Earth mother who can't seem to have enough children.
You don't think people change?
No, that's not what...
I think she probably ends up getting a Best Actress nomination. She's not a slam dunk like I would say Meryl Streep is for Doubt, but I think she's got a really good chance at a nomination.
I didn't start this fight, but I'm going to finish it.
Another Best Actress contender that people are talking a lot about is Kristen Scott Thomas, who of course was nominated years ago for The English Patient. She has a movie called I've Loved You So Long, which is actually a French film.
She's lived in France for quite a while. Her husband is French. I believe they've raised their children in France. We know her mostly from The English Patient and other movies she's done, but she's really almost become this French actress de facto.
The character has just been released from prison for 15 years. You're not really sure why, and as the movie goes on, you learn why she was in prison. And she doesn't speak that much, but then she has these eruptions of emotion, and it's very effective. It's a very quiet, very internal performance, but it's really, really good. I think a lot of people, when they see it, are going to be talking about it.
I'm lonely.
And
I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
anything else?
I don't know what's wrong with me, and I want to do something important while I'm still
That
here.
would be the time to do it, yes.
Synecdoche, New York, which is the directorial debut of Charlie Kaufman, who won the screenwriting Oscar for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I cannot recall a movie that's had such polarizing reaction. Philip Seymour Hoffman is always great, but I get the sense that his performance in Doubt, his other movie this fall, is going to be the one that's going to be the Oscar push for him.
Yeah, and it's sort of like when you see him, he's become, you just so expect him to be kind of sublime in everything he does, or so maybe when the movie is as divisive as this one, it's going to be a little bit harder, especially if he's running against himself, essentially.
And then we have another movie that's getting polarizing response, Pride and Glory.
Pride and Glory.
I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and then I'm out of here. I'm walking out, and it's over. I want you on the task force.
It's Edward Norton and Colin Farrell in a New York City police drama. And our critic, Greg Kirschling from EW, actually really liked the movie, gave it a B+. I have to say I agree with him. I thought it was very well done. It really held my attention in a way that The Departed did.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about a police drama that lends itself to these complicated matters of good and evil?
In our comfortable, safe society, I think we're always fascinated by people we put out there on the boundary line between us and, chaos or danger.
You gotta tell me.
It's like warrior culture in a way. We look at cops as these, it's a hero fascination, I think.
I don't know what its Oscar chances could be. What do you think?
I think if it has a shot, it's maybe for someone like Noah Emmerich, who has a really good supporting role. His wife in the movie, played by Jennifer Ely, is terminally ill, so he's got some domestic problems at home. He's also kind of the oldest son of the family, so he's dealing with his younger siblings and trying to keep them in line, so he's got a lot of stress.
He's sort of the moral compass of the story.
He is, and he has to make some tough decisions as the movie goes along.
I gotta do this my way, all right?
I don't want to get into specifics, but do you think that he could have made the right decision in this film if his wife had not been sick?
I do think that she's critical to his self-discovery and journey back towards his own sense of moral integrity. I think she's critical to that. It's a really interesting number of balls he has to juggle between his family, his brothers and his father and his wife and his children, and then his command, She's certainly one of the moral touchstones that he has in his life.
What do you think is going to happen here? Do you think we're going to go in the basement with Papa and smooth this over? That is not going to happen.
Hey, this is not about the department. This is about me. My command. So what do you want to do? You want to cut me off at the knees? Huh? You want to watch me go down in flames? Is that going to satisfy your sense of right and wrong?